Mr. Minister, you announced today that a deal was made with Germany about gas.
Yes.
Why today?
We have been working for a very long time on getting different deals on gas around the world. As you know, maybe to explain to you what we have done to support the gas supply in the world. We have taken a decision in 2017 to bring on more gas development in Qatar. So today we produce 77 million tons per annum of LNG. We are going to increase that production to 126 million tons per annum of LNG from Qatar. In addition to that, we have 16 million tons that we are investing to bring in from the US. It's called Golden Pass Terminal in Texas. So that will add another 16 million tons to the 126 that we have.
Why 26? Because Germany needs gas now. I mean, now the war in Ukraine, now Russia attacked Ukraine, the reason for all of that. So why only from 26 on?
It's because we took the decision in 2017 to embark on this development. And for a development of the size that we're talking about, you need to build the plants, you need to drill the wells, you need to have offshore structures that are fabricated and installed. You have to build the largest ship fleet that we're building in the world, which is about $20 billion of ships we're building in China and in Korea. So 100 LNG ships, each one is about $250 million. To do all that, you need about 9 to 10 years to accomplish.
But the next winter will be the tough one for Germany, 23, 24. So is there anything Qatar can do for that?
What we did is we already committed that we were not going to divert any volume away from Europe, but that's the best we can do. Because if we sign with Germany and we commit to Germany, we're committed to that contract as per the letter of the contract.
You said you're committed to Germany, but there was no German politician here today.
Yeah.
Did you invite them?
No, actually this is, you see, even if you look at Germany, the German government doesn't buy gas. The European governments don't buy gas.
But Robert Habeck was here and was begging for it. So
yes.
Why wasn't he here today? Wasn't he invited, or did you invite German politicians?
No, I think we deal as Habeck is a government official that is trying to promote additional gas coming into Germany, similar to other officials from Europe. But they actually don't have the mechanism to buy themselves. It's private enterprise that buys. It's RWE, it's Uniper, it's these guys that buy.
But if you sign a cooperation with Germany, and there was so much discussion going on about German-Qatari relations, it's also a symbol that there was no German politician or no German at all at this
No,
stage.
but if you notice, last week we signed a 27-year deal with China. So the company that signed was with us, and they signed across, with me on the table, similar to what happened today. It's an American company that's signing, but taking it into Germany. But we had no Chinese politicians or ambassadors present. So we don't mix politics with commercial business, and that's why in Qatar Energy, our policy is not to mix the two. So you don't see in any of our signatures, you don't see an American ambassador when we sign with the embassies, with America, anything. So it's just a normal thing that happens. It's private enterprise to private enterprise. 2
million tons from 26 on. How many gas clients in Germany will help that?
That is about, I would say, if you take today's requirement of gas in total, I would say it's about 3% of the total requirement of Germany. And we're building in small steps, of course. This is the first deal we have ever made in Germany. And as you know, there is no terminal to supply in Germany. It's a new one that's being built, and that's where we're going to be coming from. And then we are working with other companies. We're working with RWE, Uniper, and all these companies to bring more volume in.
To which extent is it possible? You say it's 3% now. To which extent are you planning?
I think as much as we can get contracts for, we will supply.
So is there a maximum?
Not really. Not really. It depends on the commercial deal and what is acceptable to both sides.
So the Minister for Economics, Robert Habeck, was here to discuss, and there's this famous picture of his boat to you that went viral and
Yes.
around the world. How's your contact today with him? We just called the Ministry of Economy some hours ago, and they didn't know about anything about the
Yes.
deal.
Yeah, these deals are bound by confidentiality agreements. So when I want to deal, when our company wants to do a deal with any company from any nation, the first thing we do is sign a non-disclosure agreement, so a confidentiality agreement, and we're bound until we sign with that agreement, because there are other commercial entities that are competing from both sides, buyer and seller.
So how's your contact with Mr. Habeck these days?
Yeah, I have a good relationship with Habeck and with the entire German government, and I think we have a lot of respect for the German people and the German government, and we have no issue at all.
Did you talk with the German government about their criticism lately regarding the soccer tournament? Was that a part of talks between you and
no, I have not.
Officials?
No, I have not had a discussion. But I think if I can comment maybe on these are individual people commenting. We don't take that this is the entire German population saying whatever comments that come out.
Well, you say individual people, but Robert Habeck said a few days ago the idea of holding the World Cup at how many degrees in Qatar has simply always been a dumb idea, and can really not be explained other than by corruption. How do you deal with that?
You see, to me, my answer to that, if this is true, if this is exactly what he said, because sometimes journalists say something that's
quote.
Okay. If this quote is accurate, I would say this is an irresponsible comment, because when you accuse somebody of corruption, you need to show proof, and you are legally liable if you say that somebody is corrupt. So if I tell you you are a corrupt person, okay, you should be able to take me to court and say you are actually saying that I am corrupt, and what is the proof? What gives you the right to say I'm corrupt? So I would say if this is true, I think it's wrong of him to say that, whether he's a government official or an individual, and he should have more respect to Qatar and to the Qatari people than saying something like that.
Did Habeck, when he was here, talk to you about the World Cup, corruption, rights of minorities during his visit, or did he just talk about gas?
No, when he was here in Qatar, the only thing he talked about is can we supply more gas. He had RWE, Uniper, and other companies that were with him in that visit, and I actually told him that the Uniper CEO, RWE, and all these gentlemen I knew from before. About 7 years before, because we were trying to get gas into Germany. RWE and Uniper were trying to have LNG terminals, and because of the green push of saying we don't want LNG, we don't want gas, there was not an approval for their terminals to go ahead at the time. So it wasn't new to us that these companies were talking to us, and I told Mr. Habeck in front of these companies, these are very familiar to us, and they know me, I know them, and they know my teams, and we've been discussing forever. And then Germany took basically a 180-degree turn, justifiably so, due to what happened in Ukraine, and that's why we're in the position we are in today. And if I can comment, I mean, you said this picture that went viral about Habeck bowing or whatever. I just want to clarify. I don't like the picture because the picture depicted as if Mr. Habeck was bowing to me. It wasn't the case at all. I was entering the room and he wanted to say hello. And I think he doesn't know the custom of how you would shake hands. And he reached out to me, and I was talking on the phone entering. I didn't even know he was in the room at that time. So he actually walked in out of respect to just say hello. And he was, reaching out to me.
Did you talk to him about the picture?
And the picture looks like he was bowing to me, but he was not doing that at all. And it's wrong to portray him that way.
Russia, which has been waging war against Ukraine since 2014, has by no means criticized to the same extent as you for the 2018 World Cup when they were hosting this.
You see, if I can explain the issue of all the criticism, and it's not Germany only, it's as many people from the West that are criticizing Qatar. So if I can explain to you something, there are two things that they are criticizing. I want you to tell me if you agree. They're criticizing the human rights treatment of laborers working in Qatar, and they are criticizing our acceptance of LGBTQ. Correct? These are the two main things, correct?
And women's rights.
And women's rights, okay. So if women's rights, you're in Qatar today, I would like you to actually talk to Qatari ladies around the country and just ask them as a journalist, do you think you have your rights? Do you think you're deprived of your rights? So I think that issue is very easy for you to find out, okay? The two elements that are mostly criticized are these two things, correct? Now, if you are talking about the labor side, we have been basically on the road to rectifying a lot of things that we were criticized for. We admit if there are things that are wrong and we try to fix them, and it takes time to fix things. And if you look at what we have done with the kafala law, with the rights, with the minimum wage, with a lot of things that we've done, we are probably the best in the region today in what we have done to rectify that, okay? We're not
rights groups
human. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they can have their rights, their right to say whatever they think. But this is what we have done, and we have taken proven actions that can show you what we have done. There is a track record of things that we have fixed, and we're not perfect in anything. Like Germany is not perfect in everything. So everybody has an issue on some of these things, and they can say we can do more on that. But I want you to also look at the LGBTQ issue. The LGBTQ issue is, you're saying that, or the West are saying, the people criticizing are saying, we need to change as Qataris and Qatar and change our religion, our beliefs, which don't believe in LGBTQ, and do what they say is right, which is accepting totally the LGBTQ. Correct? So where is my human rights? Can you bear with me, please? Where is my human rights to choose what I want for my religion, my country, and for my kids and my family? I don't have human rights in your view to choose what I want, and the West wants to dictate on us what they want, whilst for laborers, they're saying we need to give them human rights. I think there is a big double standard in this. We're a Muslim country, 1 billion Muslims around the world. A lot of Christians around the world don't believe in LGBTQ. So I don't think that the West has the... I don't think that...
One second. What does it mean for you not believing in LGBTQ?
You're saying I have to legalize LGBTQ, I have to... We're saying they want to visit Qatar, they visit Qatar. We have no issue with them. They're visiting the World Cup today, there is no issue. But if you want to change me to say I have to believe that my families can be LGBTQ, I want to accept LGBTQ in my country as a law, change my laws and change the Islamic law to satisfy the West, that's unacceptable.
It's not about satisfying the West, it's about human rights, and human rights are equal.
Correct. But I have human rights to choose what I want for my country. You can't dictate it on me because you're intruding on my human rights.
Let me quote the Qatari World Cup ambassador. He said, Khalid Salam, he has described homosexuality as spiritual damage. Is that how you see it?
I don't want to get into how I see LGBTQ. I'm saying the religious beliefs that we have as Muslims, that LGBTQ is not acceptable in our religion. And that is something that we believe in. We believe in our religion. You can't change 1 billion people and their religion and dictate what you want as the West.
Explain me, why are homosexuals, LGBTQI people legally persecuted in your country and could even be punished, it'd still be there, with a death penalty according to the law?
I don't comment on what the law says on LGBTQ. What I am telling you is you can't dictate as a West, you can't dictate what you want in whatever beliefs and say, I'm also saying you need to have human rights and I don't have a right to choose what I want to do.
Would you have a problem to talk to gay people?
No. I don't have a problem to talk to gay people. They work everywhere. They can walk around. They can go to wherever they want. They can visit our country.
But why are they punished here in your country?
That's not for me to say. That's the Islamic law does not accept LGBTQ.
The biggest debate also about that, from the German point of view, has been about the so-called One Love Binde. You've probably heard about it. And the German team was not allowed to wear it due to the pressure from FIFA. Would you have anything against that the German captain is wearing this on Thursday? That's
not for me to say. That's for the FIFA and the people organizing the World Cup.
What's your opinion from the government?
No, I don't have an opinion on that, whether they wear or they don't wear. It's whatever the law says and whatever our government and our people that manage the FIFA games put as a rule for everybody. People have to follow the rules. If I go to Germany, whether it's LGBTQ or any other law, I have to abide by the laws of whatever you think is right for your country. And we expect that people will abide by our laws. That's all we're asking for.
Do you think, because this is a discussion also in Germany, that this World Cup can help change Qatar also regarding the laws about homosexuals, or will this stay in the next years, generations?
No, I mean, you see, this is exactly what I was talking about. You're talking about laborers having human rights, and you're saying Qataris don't have human rights. We have the right to choose our religion, and our religion is Islam. And our religion is, our constitution is based on our religion, and that will not change. I think you should worry about what Germany does and what Germany has, and what Germany and German politics and German.
Right now I'm in Qatar and asking you questions.
I understand, and I'm telling you what I'm saying. Yeah. What I'm saying is we're happy with our laws, and our government is controlling the country and putting the country on a path of growth that is unprecedented, and our leadership has a great ambition for the country economically and socially.
I once asked the foreign minister in Iran, like some years ago, why they hang gay people, and he also answered in the same way and said we have different laws and it's a moral discussion. Isn't it inhuman to kill people because of their sexuality?
The laws are put by people that understand what the laws and the Constitution says, and put laws in place for different reasons, whether it's for people stealing, whether it's for killing, whether it's for whatever it is. And that is not for me to judge whether that law is correct or wrong. I mean, this is something that's put over the years, and it's the same in many countries that have similar laws. And our laws are based on our religion. Our constitution is based on our religion. We're proud of Muslims. We're proud of our religion. We're proud of our leadership and our country, and we'll not change it for anybody. And people who do not like what we are doing as far as a country and what we stand for, they have a choice. It's you have your human rights not to come.
Do you think it's a double standard from people criticizing you and at the same time asking for gas?
You see, for us, we are a seller of gas, and that's the commodity that we are known for. And we are selling to all people with all religions, all colors, all nationalities, and we do not distinguish between, in business, between nationalities. And if we start mixing politics with business, that means that every 4 years, when there is a change in government, from green to liberal to Democrat to whatever their political agenda is, whether it's in Germany or any other country, that means I stop the gas when I don't have an agreement, when I don't agree with their politics. I start the gas again when I have it. This doesn't work. Business is business. We buy products from Germany, regardless of their political affiliation. If you buy Mercedes, you buy Mercedes around the world. It doesn't matter who's in government. And the same thing with gas. We sell gas to all countries, and we completely decouple the business from politics.
There are over 20,000 Israeli fans here right now.
Yeah.
Have you met one on the street?
No, and it's difficult. I think you should ask some of the citizens in Qatar maybe, because I don't walk around the streets too much these days. We're very busy. I'm responsible for electricity, gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, and keeping the country running in energy. So I don't have time to walk around much these days. What
would you do if you see an Israeli on the street? Talk to him?
Nothing. I mean, if they talk to me, I'll talk to them.
Because there were some pictures going viral as well. Of Israeli fans being harassed, Israeli reporters being harassed on the one side, and on the other side also pictures where they were celebrating together. So what's your wish for the World Cup in the next weeks?
No, I think I want people to enjoy the games. I think we've had a fantastic, World Cup so far. We have all enjoyed it. I have children that love football, and we have all enjoyed it as families, as individuals, and people follow different clubs. Everybody in Qataris were following our club. It's unfortunate. It's a good experience for Qatar to enter the World Cup, and we're not fortunate enough to go to the next rounds. But we are rooting for different teams, as you know. I mean, a lot of people are Messi fans or Ronaldo fans, and so on. These big players, and some for different countries. So I want people to come, enjoy the games, enjoy what we are about, understand you're going to be here and walking around the street. We're a very liberal country and welcoming people.
You're not a liberal country if you say that you're, now we come back to the whole discussion about gay rights and LGBTQ rights.
I think we are a liberal country, because if a country allows people as foreigners to come in and they can do whatever they wish within the laws, and we welcome everybody from all descents. We don't ask you, we don't care if you're LGBTQ or you're Muslim or Christian or atheist. You can come to Qatar as long as you abide by the law, enjoy the games. We think you're going to have a great experience, and I think most of the people that are here are going to enjoy the hospitality of the Qataris and how kind people are here and how safe the country is, and basically have a good time. And I hope that you'll have a memory of Qatar that you'll want to come back and visit as a visitor, as a tourist, to enjoy Qatar. Do
you want Olaf Scholz to come to visit the World Cup? I mean, we don't know if we'll still be part of the game after Sunday.
I hope you win tomorrow, and then he can come to enjoy the semifinals or the next round, or maybe the finals. You never know. Chancellor Scholz was here for a short visit recently, and we have a very good. I think His Highness and he have a very good relationship, and I hope he comes back.
Was it a provocation from your perspective that our Interior Minister was wearing the One Love binde in the stadium?
I don't think it was something that was welcomed by people, because it was something that is, I mean, as government officials, I'm a government official. If I go to another government or a country, and I know that the country is offended by a certain gesture or a way of wearing something or walking in a certain way or greeting in a certain way, I would respect the culture of that country and not do it.
Thank you very much for the interview, Minister.
Thank you.